Okay, well, at this time we're looking at the area where the animals go during the time we're cleaning and sanitizing. We have them out here. They all have water and they also have shade at the time when they're out here. But all of our equipment and stuff are gone from in the back there. So we try to save as much as we could, but everything just gone, float away.
What was it like when the storm was coming in?
It was terrifying, very terrifying to know that we only could have saved some of the animals and not all. It was very hurtful and heartbreaking, but there was nothing we can do.
What was what was going on at the time the waters were coming in? What were you?
Well, at the time the water was coming up, we was making sure that the stuff in the office area and the medical department was as high as possible to try and save what we could have saved. And after we finished that, we came in the back here, and by the time we came in the back here, the water had already reached knee high. So we just tried taking out the little smaller dogs out of the kennels that were low, and we put them up high, about that high above the floor, to make sure that if even if they got water, they wouldn't get as much as the one that were on the floor. So yeah.
Well, what was the scariest thing you saw while you were out here? Did you fear for your life at all, or?
Oh, yes, we did fear for our life because we was actually up in the manhole. The most heartbreaking thing about this situation were the animals that were crying and screaming, and we know that they needed help and we couldn't help them. That was the most heartbreaking part of this whole situation. Even though we were fearing for our lives, we were really worried about the animals.
Obviously, you must love animals if you're
Yes,
working
I
here.
love them.
So what's going through your head when you're up in that manhole
I
hearing
was
them?
crying.
You,
I was crying. Most of the time, he was up in the manhole. Who wasn't crying was praying together. So we just try and hold ourselves up the best we could.
well, what happened after the storm when you were able to get down?
Well,
What was the
after the
scene like?
storm, the water started to drop a little bit, so we came back down out of the manhole. And after we swam, actually, I came out of the man. When we came out of the manhole, I have an animal here. I have three animals here, and I was very scared and terrified to come inside to check to see if they were alive or they were dead. So I still end up coming down, and before we leave to say swim out, we took our dogs, our two little small ones, 'cause we had two smaller Shih Tzus and we had a big pot cake, and we put the two little ones in the garbage bin and we put a leash and tie the other big one around our waist and we swam out.
Oh
So
wow!
I know, right? So we swam out with them. They were underwater, but they were alive, and we was trying to make sure at least everybody that who came in with us was leaving at the same time, and that's what we did. The six that leave,
Are most of them still here?
most of them are still here, but we're trying to get the ones that are alive out of here. Within the 2, 3, 4 days, I guess everybody should be then out. We're trying our hardest and best to get them out. And the ones that passed, I'm not too sure on what they did with those ones because I wasn't here because I didn't want it to deal with that part throughout the whole situation. I just didn't want to deal with the ones that passed away. Because even up to the day, last night when I went to sleep, I could still hear dogs crying. I'm pitching up out of my sleep crying, thinking I could still save these dogs, but I can't. So it was very heartbreaking for me. It tore me apart.
I bet I did. Thank you, Felicia.
You're welcome. God saved some of them. We're going to try and take them out and clean them. But we don't have no water. We're trying to get donated waters to come in, get them cleaned up. medical department where our vet and vet techs try to save our animals or save anyone that comes in that they can be saved.
What's salvageable in here?
We're trying to go through to see which all is still good and which is bad. I'm not too sure on which all is bad as yet, but we're gonna have a count about today or tomorrow evening. But this is our surgery room where we do our surgeries. All surgeries are done in that area there. And this is our x-ray room. Well, our whole x-ray room was underwater.
So your x-ray machine's ruined?
Yes, everything is gone. You can come inside and see just a little bit, but this is all our equipment. All of those were underwater. So I don't think they're usable anymore, but like I said, we're gonna have somebody coming and checking these stuff out. And this is the manhole that we came down from that morning, Tuesday, about around 11:30, 10:30 I would say. We came down from this area. And this is the part that where we was trying to keep for shelters. They actually was falling out of the roof because the rock sheet was so soft. And in this area here too. That's where we fell. We was falling and trying to save ourselves at the same time. And in that area here too.
And all this is stuff that's been donated since?
Yes, these are the stuff. So we got a lot of stuff donated, but these are the ones that are still here. And we're trying to give away dog foods and trying to help the public because not only we suffered, the public suffered as well. So anyone that comes in that needs food or anything that we could assist them with, we are helping anyone.
Well, what do you need more of?
Well, we shouldn't need no more of the dog food as yet because like we said, we're going to try and get some of the all of the animals out. But we also have strays among the streets that we're going to be feeding that doesn't have home or food or water. We're going to be able to give them some food and water as long as we get some vehicles on the road because at this time we don't even have any vehicles for the Humane Society. We only have my board of director manager Tip Burrows. Only her Jeep is available at this time. So we're going to wait to see who all is going to volunteer with vehicles because we also have vehicles messed up during this weather. So we're not too sure on what we're going to do as yet. We're just going to wait and see.
What's it like trying to just...
Trying to
make do with what you have and find resources right now?
We're just thank God for life. That's all that matters. We have life and we're trying to help the best we can. So I'm not come and save the cats because this was floating over here.
What was floating?
The water tank.
The water tank?
Yeah, the water tank was floating. So, and all of this was water above this tree, about up there. So there's no way we could have get over here. We even tried tying our body to a rope. We made it about this far, right over there, and we had to turn around because the current was pushing us in the back there. So we couldn't come this way. But I can take you to see our cat. Hello. Hello. Quincy is our cat lady, our cat caretaker. This is one of them. And this is a volunteer caretaker. She's very awesome with our cats over there, and she's very helpful. But we have another cat lady, but she's not here right now at this moment. But the cats that are left, as you can see, are very comfortable. They are fed. They are watered. And these are the ones that actually made it. These are little ones that made it.
Where were they?
They were up on the ceiling. They were trying to hide in any little corners that didn't have water that they were sure about. They were all up on top of these up here. So they tried to save their own lives. They have clean, dry litter at this time. So if anybody could just donate litters until they leave, it will be very helpful.
So you're needing cat litter?
Yes, cat litter, some water, because we are trying to clean with the little bit that we have every day to make sure that they are comfortable. So.
And how many cats did you have before?
We had about 150, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not too sure about the count, but around that area.
And how many are left now?
We have about 75 to 50 cats.
So you lost about half the cats?
Yes, we lost about half our cats.